It was the summer of 2020 when I first set foot on Texas soil after months of isolation. The world had changed. The pandemic had turned every familiar landscape into something foreign, something I had to relearn how to navigate. My trip was not one I had originally planned. I was supposed to be in Europe that year, exploring cobbled streets and tasting foods I could only dream of. But, like so many others, my plans were dashed by COVID-19. Texas, however, was a different story. A friend had invited me to visit her in Austin, promising a quiet retreat from the madness of the world. I couldn't say no, though I had hesitations. The uncertainty that had clung to every part of my life since March seemed to linger in the air, like a storm cloud. But a road trip was what I needed: space to think, breathe, and feel the open road. The first leg of my journey was a flight from New York to Dallas. The airport was quieter than I'd ever seen it, eerily so. Masks were mandatory, and social distancing marked every line on the floor. People moved with the hesitance of those unsure whether they were doing the right thing. In the sky, the sense of distance was strange. I could feel the isolation between each passenger, as though the seats were more than just physical barriers. They were a reminder that the world had changed. When I finally landed in Dallas, it was a relief. I hadn't realized how much I missed the feeling of open air until I was outside the airport, the Texas sun warming my skin. I rented a car, a silver sedan with tinted windows, and started my drive south to Austin. The Texas highway stretched endlessly, the land flat and wide. The scenery was so open it felt as if there was no end. Yet, it was hard to ignore the signs of a world in flux. Gas stations had signs on the pumps reminding people to stay 6 feet apart, while others had closed off their restrooms. Restaurants were either takeout only or had half their seating blocked off, with makeshift outdoor seating sprouting up along curbs. I pulled off the road at a small town to grab lunch, only to find the local diner closed with a handwritten note on the door. Out of an abundance of caution, "We are temporarily closed." It was a sobering sight. In the city, life had slowed down to a crawl. In small towns, the virus had struck harder. My stomach rumbled, and I kept driving, hoping to find something open.